Thank you, guys. This is the tough time slot to get post-lunch. I hope we have this brand. I have worked on it for close to 11 years now. It is going to turn 25 years this year. So it's an iconic brand. It's an Indian brand. And I think #1 brand in motorbiking in the world in terms
of sports,
in terms of volume. Yeah. So I think we export more than what we sell in India. It's one of the most favorite brand in Latin America, in Africa, a whole lot of places in Asia. I'm going to stand. It's easier. Those of you from India know this, and those of you who are not from India, the language, gender tone of talking to somebody is between he and a she. And 25 years ago, motorcycles were her, and they were addressed like, a truck would be a him, but gender for a motorcycle was her. And that was the time when the motorcycle category was very 100cc motorcycles, lean. And when Bajaj built Pulsar, it was the most muscular bike in that segment, and it was a 180cc bike.
A 150 and a 180.
Yeah, 150 and a 180, and it was the most probably in scale of size also the largest bike that was there, and it changed the category from commuter to sports biking, and that's the segment that we went after. So the first thing that we did, we wrote a line because of the gender change to definitely male. And that was the birth of this motorcycle in a category that was considered female from a point of view of how you address it in Indian language. You call this bike definitely male, and that's how we entered the market 25 years ago. And we're going to show you work that how the bike was born.
Let's see this. Go for it. Pick it up. It's a boy! It's a boy! It's a boy! It's a boy!
cc, 15 bhp, solid muscular styling. Bajaj Pulsar, definitely male.
So this was the birth of this category of sports biking in this country 25 years back in time. I had just joined advertising at that point in time, and I remember seeing this and I'm saying, oh my God, as a piece of work, as a addressing. So somebody spoke about, works shapes culture. We shaped the identity of a category being addressed in a way which was never addressed before. And it became a cult. I think he will speak about how he got himself a Pulsar when he was in college. But as the journey progressed, there was the second phase, which was, you want to talk about? Yeah, there was.
Yeah. So very interesting phase for Pulsar, and more interestingly, this is the time period when I bought my Pulsar 200. There was no other bike in my consideration at that time. It was either a Pulsar or Mumbai local train. So very clear about that.
Yeah. And again, what we talked about is, there was this, India at that point was, you were supposed to be a good boy. And then there was this extremely demanding need, and you saw movies coming in for a bad boy image, a boy who had a little bit of, spunk in him, a boy who was likable for the fact that he was going to do a little something different. So we've always been very playful. We've always been, because this category itself and our work has, and we are very, again, we've been working with, you will see the work that we'll show. It's a lot of fun, a lot of playful, because biking is a very playful arena to be, and not just, informative in terms of, hey, this is a great looking bike. So this work, which you're going to show next,
idam hai. Dina mazakana, sanakta kul azar ya habibi habibi, sanakta kul azar.
Start free biking. Bajaj Pulsar DTSI, distinctly ahead.
So this was the time when, again, we shaped a whole, something called free biking. And again, you know, a terminology that was shaped from the work that we created. Then came the third era, which was of power and performance, where it became such a critical part, you know, in terms of how control became a extremely important thing in biking. And you had to have the full control on your bike to do things you wanted to do. So how do we do that? And that was the era again, and this is what we created. And this portrayal of masculinity was very important because, you know, you gave it that the power control purpose can also sometimes can be so much more fun. And this went on to become a TV show way before anything else. I think it was a show on television. So this campaign added so many legs to it beyond just an ad campaign in its time. So we always have taken things lightly, and, you know, we believe that owning this bike is a lot of fun. I'll show you one more piece of work. And during COVID, I remember when there was a whole need for, you know, keep the distance, and we were going through a very tough time. Again, what power control can mean and what it can do.
नई जंग है, नया ढंग है, दो गज की दूरी, अब तोड़ रहे हैं हम जंजीरें, खींच अपनी हद की लकीरें, खींचेंगे हम अपनी हद की लकीरें, खींचेंगे हद की लकीरें। नई जंग है, नया ढंग है।
So a lot of our research showed that men now are feeling a bit desensitized because of so much stimulus going around. And what we've realized is it's always about individuality and self-expression. And we saw this as an opportunity to have our proposition moved from definitely male to definitely daring. It's about getting the confidence of following your own dreams of sort.
Yeah. So I think we were till about 2023, and definitely male, which began about 25 years back. Stayed on to it, and there was a reason why there was definitely male, because the bike itself changed the norm of biking. But as times changed and expression and individuality became such a big thing, and this time when we shifted from definitely male to definitely daring, because we say it has to be inclusive and has to include, and this is probably the first time. And a lot of times, people ask us, say, why aren't we there in the biking? And so when we show someone riding on a bike, how we will do it very different, and you'll see this as a most recent expression of the work.
चुप मत रह, खुल के बोल। सुन सबकी, कर मन की। शेयरिंग नहीं, डेयरिंग कर।
चला अपनी
Pulsar NS400Z.
I think it's ultimately the rights and the wrong portrait depends on our perspective, but there's no easy answer. How we constantly, we're introspecting, but what we think is responsibility, fun, and being able to enjoy, because that's what biking is for as a category. And we have tried to recreate that, and it's been a 25-year-old journey, and we're still India's #1 sports bike. And the biggest challenge, I think, for us going forward is to make sure that the younger generation also chooses Pulsar for themselves like their earlier generation did. And that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you.